his foot, and he kicked him. That's what he did. No, wait, let me say something. Let me say something.
What? Ron, are you okay? Ron.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
This game now had the Packers. Now, I know a lot of people won't agree with me, but me personally, I've always felt Aaron Rodgers was overrated, and I personally feel that this season we're going to actually see how overrated Aaron Rodgers really is due to the fact that he's going to a new offense. I don't feel that at any point, anyway, anything that he's going to be better than what we think he is. Like I said, I've always felt he's been overrated, and I think that this season is really going to showcase how overrated he is, learning a new offense versus being in the offense that he was so used to for so long. And I think that we're really going to see that.
And I take it all back, take it all back, take it all back. I take it all back just to have you. And I take it all back, take it all back, take it all back. I take it all back just to have you.
What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And today the Redskins lose to the Green Bay Packers 20-15. I'm going to go ahead and get into this game, but first I want to say this. I want to apologize to all my people in the UK and in Europe for the video last week, because I just found out that it was blocked in y'all countries. So I'm going to make sure that next time that I find what went on with the last video doesn't happen in this video. So again, I apologize to all y'all. And you know, I'm gonna see if I can do something for y'all. Do like a little shirt giveaway or something for you guys for the last video, because of the fact that I jacked up so bad. So I'm sorry about that. But I'm gonna get into this game. First quarter, Redskins come out. They get the ball first. They go 3 and out. The drive ended on a sack on 3rd down. Green Bay comes back out. They have a 7-play drive for 50 yards, and Aaron Jones rushes for a touchdown. The defense is having its struggles again when it comes to coming out the gates and stopping people. Immediately, like I said, Green Bay got the first score. Redskins come back on offense. They go 3 and out. There was a sack again by Preston Smith on 2nd down. So early on, the Skins offense isn't looking too well. Green Bay comes out. They go 3 and out. Ryan Kerrigan gets a sack on Aaron Rodgers and on the 3rd down. So the defense, again, like I said, is playing, but they're still giving up big plays in the beginning of the game. Redskins come back on offense. They go 3 and out. They had a tip pass on 3rd down. So immediately the team didn't go with the 2-minute offense that I've been preaching about trying to get Dwayne Haskins comfortable early and going to the 2-minute offense early in the game. They didn't do that. They were trying to do a basic game plan, and it just wasn't working. Green Bay goes back on offense. They go 5 plays, 57 yards, and Roger Tonyan, however you say his name, got a touchdown on a blown coverage by, it looked like it was Monte Nicholson, and it might have been Sean Dion Hamilton, but I'm not sure. I think Sean Dion Hamilton took the short route, and Monte Nicholson was supposed to take the route behind him, and he didn't. First quarter's over with the Redskins driving, and at that point in the first quarter, the Redskins only had 12 yards of total offense. So 12 yards of total offense at that point. Second quarter, Redskins come out. They go 7 plays, 27 yards, and the drive stalls on a sack again. Redskins gave up another sack. They were actually looked like they were marching, and again they gave up a sack on the drive. Green Bay comes back on offense. They go 4 plays, 42 yards, and the drive stalls. Redskins go back on offense. They go 11 plays, 92 yards, and Adrian Peterson finishes the drive off with a 2-yard touchdown. On that drive, Kelvin Harmon had a 30-yard reception, and Darius Geis had a 23-yard reception. Carry, and he got injured early in the game. That drive, he got injured, did not come back in the game. Then the Redskins go out and they miss the extra point. Green Bay goes back on offense. They go 9 plays, 42 yards. Their drive stalled on a Ryan Anderson strip sack. So again, the defense starts to wake up in the second quarter. I'm not sure why, but the defense always seems to wake up in the second quarter and then the second half of games. It's almost maddening to sit up there and deal with that. Redskins go back on offense. They go 4 plays, 14 yards, and Dwayne Haskins throws a pick to Adrian Amos, the guy I said we should have gotten in free agency instead of Landon Collins. But I'll get back to that later on. At the half, the Redskins are the score is 14-6, and Haskins at the half he's 5 of 11 for 66 yards. Steven Sims has 2 catches for 24 yards. Adrian Peterson has 12 rushes for 48 yards and a touchdown. Darius Geis has 5 carries for 42 yards. And Kelvin Harmon has 1 reception for 30 yards. And the defense has 3 sacks at that point. Aaron Rodgers is 10 for 15 for 124 yards and a touchdown. And Jimmy Graham has 2 catches for 45 yards. And Aaron Jones has 7 carries for 73 yards. So in actuality, the running game is what is basically murdering the Redskins by the time the half comes around. Third quarter comes around. It is announced that Darius Geis is out of the game completely, and also Quentin Dunbar is out of the game. Green Bay goes on offense. They go 9 plays, 59 yards, and they kick a field goal. Again, like I said, the defense has woken up. It seems like in the second half of games, they don't give up a lot of touchdowns and they don't give up a lot of yardage, but they don't give up a lot of touchdowns and they don't give up a lot of points. But again, they're shutting it down. Redskins go back on offense. They go 4 plays, 10 yards, and Chris Thompson fumbles, but it's recovered by Terry McLaurin, who grabs the ball. Haskins got sacked on the third down because Brandon Sheriff sat up there and was blocking the guy and then stopped blocking him, and the guy ran right past him. Green Bay comes back on offense. They go 3 and out. The defense is still holding. Redskins come out. They go 11 plays, 50 yards, and they get the field goal. The third quarter is over with the Green Bay Packers driving. The score at that point is now 14-9. Green Bay is still on offense. They go 4 plays, 11 yards. Jimmy Moreland makes a big tackle on first down for a loss. So that really stalled Green Bay's drive. Redskins come back on offense. They go 6 plays, 19 yards, and the drive stalls. Green Bay comes back on offense. They go 14 plays, 73 yards. Matt Ioannidis gets a sack, and he gets a sack very early in that drive. But clearly this was a drive where Green Bay was trying to run out the clock to not give the Redskins that much time to get back into the game. But even on that drive, it was like third and 14, and they ended up coming away with a 28-yard pass. So, again, it's always those little plays that count. Redskins go back on offense. They go 6 plays, 76 yards, and they end the drive with a Terry McLaurin touchdown. At that point, Terry McLaurin pretty much got all his yardage at that point in the game. So that was pretty much it. At that point, the score is 20-15 Green Bay. So, of course, the Redskins are going to do an onside kick. Redskins come back out. They do the onside kick. Green Bay recovers. Game is over. Green Bay basically milks the clock. And that's pretty much it. Game stats. Dwayne Haskins, he was 15 for 27 for 170 yards and a touchdown. Adrian Peterson had 20 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown. Terry McLaurin had 4 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown. The Redskins D had 4 sacks and 1 fumble recovery with 41 tackles. Aaron Rodgers, he didn't have a very great game, which was good. He was 19 of 28 for 195 yards and a touchdown. We basically shut Aaron Rodgers down, which was good. But Aaron Jones had 16 carries for 134 yards and a touchdown. He had 6 receptions for 58 yards, so he had 192 total yards by himself. Let me just get into some of this. Dwayne Haskins got injured. He had a sprained ankle. A lot of that was the fault of the offensive line because all game Dwayne Haskins was pressured the entire game. The offensive line did not bring their A game today, and that's the complete offensive line because Green Bay's defense was running up the middle of the field. They were coming on the edges, and I mean, Dwayne Haskins was just getting pounded the whole game. Again, like I told y'all, Darius Geis got injured after a 23-yard gain. Quentin Dunbar, don't know what his injury was, but he got injured. He didn't come back into the game. Ryan Kerrigan got injured. He didn't come back into the game. So at this point, even though it's towards the end of the season, you're starting to see that certain people are getting hurt. They're not giving us the details on Geis yet. I'm not really sure what's happening with him in regards to the injury, but it looks bad. But I mean, even though he was walking around, I don't know if there was just a precautionary thing. If they just wanted to say, you know what, let's just be safe and let's not let him play the rest of this game. But they didn't take that same approach with Dwayne Haskins. But I like the fact that Dwayne Haskins stayed in the game. He actually sat up there and showed some toughness, which is something you want. I know for most of y'all, it's a fear, you know, about him getting too injured and what may happen next year. I just think this is something minor, and hopefully it's something minor, and it's something he can get over. But some of the, like I said, some of the details, and these are things that I just want to say. Haskins was pressured the entire game. He didn't really get an opportunity to get set and to get comfortable in the pocket because all game the offensive line just gave up sacks and pressure the entire game. It was almost like they didn't want to play. Chris Thompson, he's a terrible pass blocker. I mean, he sat up there and just blew a complete block. I mean, the guy just blew him up and he just sat up there and just acted like he wasn't even supposed to be blocking the guy. They didn't do the 2-minute offense early in the game. I personally feel that they should be doing the 2-minute offense early in the game because of the fact that when it comes down to it, Dwayne Haskins is clearly comfortable in that 2-minute offense. It's what he's used to running at Ohio State. I think they should start games off like that to get teams off there, to get teams from rushing them. And also, I think it'll help with having the Skins not always start games where they're starting games and they're already down. So I think they should incorporate the 2-minute warning earlier in the game instead of later in the game. Sean Dion Hamilton, he definitely needs to start. I noticed that again when the Skins go down, it always seemed like Sean Dion Hamilton is not on the field at the right time. Cole Holcomb is on the field, and then as soon as Sean Dion Hamilton get on the field, all of a sudden the defense then locks down. So they really need to start Sean Dion Hamilton and let Cole Holcomb come in every once in a while to give him a spell. Nate Orchard and Chris Odom, where were they this game? I understand that Ryan Anderson was playing. I understand that Ryan Kerrigan came back. But these two guys were our stars last week, and the fact that they weren't put into the game more and given more opportunities, especially with the game that they had last week, I'm really surprised the Redskins didn't play them more, because they were the stars last week, and the fact that they didn't play this game might have made a difference in this. It might have made a little bit of difference in this game. Haskins being, they were saying on the telecast that they feel that Haskins should have sat down and they should have brought in Case Keenum. I disagree with that. I don't feel that you would have gotten the same performance out of Case Keenum, because I think Case Keenum would have messed around and threw a pick, because Adrian Amos was all over the place. And again, like I said, Adrian Amos is a phenomenal player, but I still feel that Haskins, and even though he was limping and all that, still gave us the best chance to actually win the game. Adrian Amos, I have said it, I'm going to keep saying it. Adrian Amos was the guy. I actually did a free agency video, and Adrian Amos was the safety I actually said the Redskins should sign. One, because he was a better cover safety. He was a better in-the-box tackler than Landon Collins. Green Bay got Adrian Amos for 4 years and $37 million. We signed Landon Collins to 6 years, $84 million. Green Bay made the better deal, but guess what? That was about what I felt that Adrian Amos was going to go for anyway. And the fact that Adrian Amos looks so stellar in this game, and like I said, he's a better cover safety, he's a better in-the-box tackler. On my video, my free agency video, I sat up there and said that we should have signed Adrian Amos. I'm going to do a video in which I'm going to bring back who I said the Redskins should sign and how they're performing and what we signed in place of the people that we should have signed. Last thing, I want to say this. Dwayne Haskins is getting valuable playing experience, NFL playing experience. And I know for some of y'all, a lot of you guys are going to panic about the fact that, you know, Dwayne Haskins got injured in this game, and the fact of what are we going to do next year. I hope he doesn't get injured for next year and everything like that. I'm going to say this. I honestly feel that at the end of the day, we got to let him keep playing. Now, if the injury is to the point at where you can damage it way more than what it's worth, then yeah, sit him for the rest of the season and start fresh next season. But to me, benching him at this point is, to me, not even necessary. But again, like I said, if the injury is worse than what it looks like so far, because he's limping and stuff, and sometimes, I mean, like I said, they said it's a sprained ankle. Now, sprains, I know they hurt, but they're not really bad, and I understand, you know, we don't want him to overcompensate and end up really hurting something. But at this point right now, benching him for the rest of the season or to save him to next season, I don't know if that's the right move, but I do get it if the injury is far worse than what it could be. Other than that, this has been your man, John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.